I swear I make more content than just covering Transformers. It's not my fault that things just come out at bad times.
For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Hello and welcome to yet another Transformers news video. This is like, what, the fifth one in a row? And, I do apologize because usually what I would do with these things is I would put it all into one video. However, what happens is recently there's been something and I waited a little bit, I covered it, but then as soon as I covered it, this other thing will drop. So it's just really bad timing. But here is something which I have covered before, but now we have full images because it is, it's, I don't know if it's available now, but it will be soon. And that is the Threezero Lockdown. First, let's look at his accessories. There's a lot, to say the least, and I'm gonna stop doing that because that's gonna hurt my throat. So, we have so many things, and of course, if there's any character who's gonna have 1,000 accessories, it's gonna be Lockdown. So you have his beautiful face gun, of course, iconic, like that is the most iconic thing about Lockdown. You also have his spark extractor, which, we see him use it in the first scene he has in the movie, where he does take out Ratchet's spark. And speaking of, yes, this is one of the most messed up accessories any figure has come with, and that is the spark of Ratchet. I cannot freaking believe that. Next to that, you see that he does come with his little gun, like his arm blaster, which he used for like a second or two when he said, "And you're all gonna die." Like when he threw Bumblebee. He does come with his hook, of course, an iconic feature of Lockdown. He has a blade. I guess that's just meant to be a sword, but then the thing next to it is the blade from the movie. So I don't actually know what those two things are meant to be. But just above that, you can see the kind of heat detector scanner thing that came over his face when we first saw Lockdown, because he emerges from the water and his like battle mask, well, not really battle mask, but his mask retracts, and then this comes over it, and he can see the heat signatures of everything. So that is really cool. We've never seen that before. Then you have like the million different pairs of hands, which there's five hands. What the hell? Why are there 5 hands? Why are there not 6? Okay, interesting. And then, of course, you kind of have his face mask, which is pretty iconic. I'm using that word a lot. I know it's kind of annoying, but of course, that is an essential. And I can't really think of anything else that you could include with this dude. Here is a close-up of Lockdown, and oh man, he is just so beautiful. He really, really is. The detail put into this figure is just insane. And I didn't even see over there, it says 9.5 inches tall. So, that's like, what, like 23 something centimeters? And then it also says 60 points of articulation. What the hell? Holy crap. What? What I assume they're referring to is maybe some pieces on the robot mode, like some kibble pieces that can just move to allow for more range out of like the arms. So those shoulder missiles, maybe they can like swivel out of the way so you can move the arm more. Maybe that's what they're talking about, because obviously, you have what his head maybe his mouth. I don't actually know. His shoulders, elbows, bicep rotation, wrists. I mean, well, the fingers aren't articulated. Maybe a waist articulation. And the legs, of course. But yeah, 60. I don't know how they fit 60 into this. There is a close up of the spark extractor, and you can see it kind of has these green vials on there. And I don't know what these are meant to be, but it looks awesome. It looks really, really good. And of course, you cannot give any product images of Lockdown without putting the mask on him. And oh man, it looks just as amazing as it did on the big screen. Here is a more, slightly pulled back image of it. And you can see over here, he does have his hands kind of out like this. That's what I like to call the Magneto pose, where Magneto is just lifting things. But yeah, this just looks so good. I said it with the YOLO Park figures. I can't remember what. I think I said it with the Night Optimus Prime. But because these things don't transform, they are allowed, it allows them to just focus solely on the robot mode and get all those details right. And this Lockdown, it's amazing. Of course, they weren't able to get the. Well, I don't even know. Well, I wouldn't say weren't able to get. This isn't really necessary, like to have the Lamborghini logo split. So you don't really need that because, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to get like the licensing of Lamborghini or permission from Lamborghini just to put it on the robot mode. Yeah, this is the one time where I'm like, it's okay. This is understandable. Here he is with his face gun attached, and you can see, much like the head of the figure, and I don't know about the spark extractor, but I know the head of the figure and this face gun, it does have lights. I think this integrates perfectly, and something which I find so badass. I don't think this was in the movie. Well, actually, it probably was if they included it on this figure. I'll need to rewatch the movie again, but look at the look at the bullets. I don't even know what you call it. This isn't a magazine. I don't know what you call it. But yeah, just look at the bullets kind of just coming out of the gun. Bro, it looks so good. And that entire piece, even this collar piece, which yes is a signature of Lockdown's design, that is part of the entire face gun um, piece. That is all one piece. It's beautiful. And here it is from a kind of side perspective. And one thing that I'm hoping you can do is, I know he didn't do this in the movie, but he did it in that Transformers 4 game that you could play like on your mobile devices, where Lockdown was one of the bosses and he would hold his face gun. So he would activate it and then he'd put his hands on it and fire with it. So I'm really hoping you can recreate that look because that looks really cool to me. There he is from the back, and of course, as expected, there's no flaws here whatsoever. They got everything spot on. The orange is where the orange is meant to be. The kind of spinal cord look is just gorgeous. It really is. It looks really, really good. Yeah, there's no faulting this thing in terms of its look, in terms of the detail, the paint. Oh my god, it's perfect. Here he is in a pretty awesome pose where this is like, holy crap, look at him, man. He's fully prepped for battle there. And that face gun, of course, is on. The light is on. He's ready. He got his fists, the fist hands on. Oh, it just looks so good. And then there is the final image where you can see that the sword that I was confused about earlier is an arm blade. So that does make sense. And then the smaller thing is a handheld blade. The only issue that I know, I thought that it was flawless. The only issue is that hook is laughably small. Like, what even is that? But it's fine. I mean, really, yes, it's an iconic look, but it's not that essential that you need to display your lockdown with it. You can use another accessory, and my god, it's gonna look so cool. But yeah, that is all we have of this lockdown, and I think that this is going to be the last time I cover this figure since it's over now. It's available, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, please just let me know your thoughts on this guy in the comments down below. Do you think there's any issues with him apart from that hook maybe being a little too small? But yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So if you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.